co-founders of Sensie app.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to our lunch and learn here at the center. We do these every once a month or twice a month, every second Tuesday and fourth Tuesday of the month. We're really excited to have Mike here. Wanted to have him come many times before, but I'm really glad to have him come and present. Make sure at the very end that you fill out a survey, because we do like to have surveys done that we can also share with him at the end. And if you are interested in any of the wellness programs, or you have any other questions, just let me know. My name's Christina Pierce. Who's here for the very first time? Great, we have 3 new people here for the first time. So let's begin.
Awesome, thank you, Christina.
Yes.
So the way I like to start these kind of Sensie talks is make it as interactive as possible, mainly because I was not the best student. I never liked sitting and listening to lectures. So we'll make it more of a conversation than a presentation. And to start, let's stand up and find a partner. So we'll partner up really quickly. Yeah, partner up, find a human. Right next to each other, yeah. Yes. Seems like a human. Yeah, introduce yourself. That's always the proper thing to do. Yeah, introduce yourself. You don't know the person. So we'll face the person. I'm a partner. We face the person. And this is sort of an ancient yogic ritual. So we're going to inhale. The arms are going to come up. So your arms come about shoulder high. Exhaling out. And then the next inhale, we're going to arch back. And then on the exhale, we can lean forward and give them a hug. Yeah. Give them a hug. Yeah. Go ahead. You can hug another human too if you want to. Spice it up. Hug as many women as possible. Yeah.
Hugging is good.
Yeah. So the intention of we can sit down. The intention of that is that you guys look around, everyone's smiling. Like everyone is smiling. Everyone has a smile. And that's the experience of the feelings of the body, right? And what I'm here to talk about today is biofeedback, and we're using sensors on an iPhone to do biofeedback, but the real technology is the body. You don't need computers. You're born with a computer, basically, which is your body, and it has feelings and it has intelligence. And when we have a hug like that, we experience the embrace of another person, we can feel it. And that's a lot of what Sensie is about, is exploring the feelings of the body and helping people learn the feelings of the body and what they mean. So to go into that, really the basis for this is muscle testing. Is everyone here familiar with muscle testing? By show of hands. If you're not, it's okay. Okay, cool. Mostly everyone, but so we'll mix it up a little bit. Some weren't. We'll do a quick experiment so you guys can explore muscle testing. You don't need technology, it's here. The way the experiment works is we're all going to say out loud, my name is, you say your name and then you swallow. So go for it. My name is.
My name is Brian.
And then swallow. And now say out loud, my name is, and then insert a name of opposite gender that's very different than your name, and try swallowing.
My
name is Samantha.
It's not different from Brian.
It's different though, right? The experience. What did it feel like?
I couldn't get the swallow going.
You couldn't swallow, right?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, so the body doesn't lie. True versus false statements. So this is, what this is not new. This has been around for 3,000 years. It's ancient Chinese medicine, based in ancient Chinese medicine. It's called muscle testing. It was brought here to the West in the early, really showed up in the early 30s at Harvard Medical. At Harvard Medical, they were using it to detect infantile paralysis. And what muscle testing shows is that the body goes false to anything that is stress-related, and a false statement is stress-related, what we know from lie detecting technology. And it goes strong to anything that's true. And I shouldn't say anything. The accuracy hovers between 60 and 70%. But that's what you just explored. So you just did that yourself. You observed it yourself, so you can see it. There's no, snake oil salesmanship here. It's there for you to explore. But so just to go over the history really quickly, and then we'll get back to interaction, because I think the history is interesting and it answers some questions of why we're not using it more. Is that in the 30s it happened, and they used it to detect infantile paralysis at Harvard Medical. And then in the 60s, some chiropractors, Dr. Goodhart and Dr. Dannheim, started to use it to detect for muscle, basically pathways for injury in muscles. So what we've learned from that is that if you have an injury in your shoulder, it's not always the shoulder. But by consulting with the body, you can learn where in the body it is. It could be over in your scapula, it could be in the low back. And that's what they were doing. And Dr. Goodhart had the great idea of, can we also detect for psychological issues using the body? And can we use it to consult with sort of the unconscious and bring some of the unconscious issues into the conscious to help solve these deeper rooted problems? And Dr. Goodhart did amazing work with that. He went on to be the first chiropractor to work for the US Olympics and solved a lot of great problems. But at the same time, there's another guy who, interesting fellow, but went out and started making crazy claims about muscle testing. You can make a map for human consciousness, you can do all kinds of stuff. And his claims are interesting, but there's no way to verify them. So it gave muscle testing sort of a black eye in the East. And so what our question was can we bring sensors to muscle testing to show that it is objectively true, that the body does respond to true and false statements? And we did that. So we applied sensors from the iPhone and a gesture to detect for muscle testing. And so we'll go over that really quickly. So the way we got to, if you want to pull out your phones actually and download the app, because we'll really quickly get into it. It's free, don't worry. Has anyone been to a chiropractor?
Yes.
When you go to the chiropractor, have they ever done this test where they press on your arm? Have you ever been to a doctor that does it? That's a muscle test. And so, do you guys know what they're doing when they're doing this? So what they're doing is they're looking at the deltoid up here for a stress response, for a weakness or a strong. If it's weakness, stress is present. If it's strong, no stress. So our question was, it's a recoil they're looking at, so how could we recreate the recoil in the deltoid without the doctor being present so that an individual can consult their own body and explore for unconscious beliefs or explore for wellness, really. And we created a whipping gesture. So you hold the phone, and it's a triple whip. You do 1, 2, 3. And the reason why the whip is that when you whip the hand forward, I feel like I should say like whip nay nay. But when you whip the hand forward, there's this recoil in the hand backwards. So you whip forward, and then that recoil, the body is governing the recoil. So the mind can be involved when you're whipping forward, but the body is governing the recoil, and that's when we get our signal for stress. One thing for anyone who is like super scientific or like wants like meaningful data, one thing we found in 2015 and we partnered with is Dr. Ann Jensen out of Oxford University. At Oxford, one of the best universities in the world, she did her PhD on muscle testing and verified that the body does in fact respond to true statements by going strong and false statements by going weak. So that was really groundbreaking research because that implies that your feelings do have intelligence to them and your feelings are guiding you. Yeah, it's Sensie, S-E-N-S-I-E, it's free. Yeah, LLC is fine, yeah. I don't know why both of those show up, but that would be the one. So if everyone has it on their phone, I'm going to give you guys access to another protocol, but when you download the app, it'll load without one. Yeah. So Dr. Ann Jensen out of Oxford is now our scientific partner. And what she does, our clinical research and scientific partner, and what she does with muscle testing is she uses it to get to the root cause of stress. She's created programming called HeartSpeak. How many people here have a recurring stressor in their life? Yeah, I mean, I immediately think about taxes. I'm like, So what her research has shown is that's a symptom. And we tend to get stuck treating the symptoms of stress, and that's why they keep on reoccurring. And what Dr. Ann discovered, so her research at Oxford was on non-conscious beliefs, and what she discovered is if you can get to the root cause of a stressor and heal it, it will collapse and it'll be gone. And most of it is repressed emotions. So she uses our technology to help identify sort of these unconscious beliefs and to uproot them through an emotional healing program, which we'll go through, and that's what automatically loads on the app. But before that, I want to show you guys how Sensie can actually detect for emotion. So when you have it loaded, I'm going to give you a different activation code.
Is it only on iPhone?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You can use mine though.
Okay.
Well, I'll demonstrate, and then at the end I'll hand it over to you. Yeah, for sure. I made some quantum leaps here. Does everyone know there's sensors on the iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, are you familiar with the gyroscope?
No.
Okay, so when you're holding the iPhone, or even any smartphone, and you turn, you know how your screen turns? There's a gyroscope that is detecting that you've moved the phone, and it's spinning the screen to match you where you are. Would you guys like to see the data behind that so I can show you what we're using to drive our signal?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, so this is an internal tool we have that shows all the data on the iPhone, or the sensors from the iPhone. This is the data from the gyroscope. I'll just show it around real quickly. So as I turn the device, you can see all the data coming off it in real time. And then I'll just show you 3 whips. You get 3 peaks of data. So there it is. I'll do the 3 whips again. As I turn, and 3 whips, 3 peaks of data. So what we do is we measure the 3 peaks, the fluidity of the movement to the peaks, and that's where we get our signal from. All right, you guys have Sensie? So when you open up Sensie, tap on the bottom right-hand corner on my side, and you'll see it says activation code. Tap on the field that says activation code, and then a keyboard will load. And then you can type in, it has to be all caps, so turn your cap locks on if it's not already. You type in the Force, like Star Wars, the Force. And this is, a little uber geek there, but
it's very relevant.
the Force.
Force.
Feels it, right? In your feelings. Space.
Activate.
No, all one word. Yeah, and then you just tap activate once you type it in, and it'll load another environment. Yep, the Force. Yeah. So, just to touch on what we built a protocol management system. We've been doing a lot of research to see the different ways that we can apply muscle testing. Bill, how are you? Welcome. So you'll have the Force. Now you tap on the middle, tap on Sensie, the logo down on the bottom, and the Force will load. And you'll see a circle that says press me. You can skip that because it's going to load a video of me. And I'll tell you what that video says. So the press me is explaining the gesture. So why don't we all practice the gesture together? So you hold the phone. Are you guys all right-handed? Yep. Or left-handed? Hold it in the hand that you are. But hold it so that, hold the other way around.
I'm sorry, go to press me or practice happiness?
No, you just keep it the way it is. So don't press anything. We're just going to practice the gesture. So as you hold it in your hand, you want it to be as natural as possible and just triple whip. So 3 whips. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect. You guys looked really good. So the technology will customize to your movement. And so we'll push over to the next circle that says practice happiness. So we tap on practice happiness. And just to read that, it says we can learn to generate happy feelings by practicing them. Let's start. There's a lot of clinical research that shows that your feelings are not based on external circumstances. It's based on your perception and your thoughts and your feelings, which you create internally. So we tap on practice happiness, and you'll see a screen that says let's calibrate. So just to walk you guys through, calibration, your session is going to be as good as your calibration. So in calibration, you're giving Sensie data that shows what you look like in a positive state and what you look like in a negative state. So I'll just do a quick demo. It says let's calibrate. I say let's do it. It says you'll now begin 3 sets of triple whips to calibrate for positive state. Take a moment to think and feel a joyful memory. Take your time. Really take your time. Think about something that brings joy. If you can't generate the feeling, it's okay. It's totally normal. You can just smile. It gets easier the more you practice. You can smile or you can say yes. And then once you have that feeling of positive energy, you tap go and you triple whip. But make sure the feeling is present. And you have to do it 3 times. So then again, triple whip, really feeling the joy or the happiness. And triple whip again. Beautiful. Nice. And then you'll see it switches. Now it's negative state. So really, just to touch on this really quickly, really interesting research on negative states. Sadness, these different negative emotions actually do have positive benefits. They're sort of tools in a way. They help motivate us in directions we need to go in. We don't want to live there. So it's okay to practice negative. So you want to take a moment to go inwards and feel sadness or anger, whichever one is easier for you to elicit. And then once you bring that feeling present, and you can feel sort of anger, and if it's hard to bring that present, you can frown. One thing that's important is if you're frowning and you're kind of like chuckling underneath, Sensie will pick up on the chuckle, not the frown. So you need to you really need to feel, it needs to be genuine, and you need to feel the negative state. And then you calibrate. 3 for negative as well. Great job, you're fully calibrated. Some of you will say great job, fully calibrated. Some of you, it might extend calibration. If it asks for more questions, what it's doing is it needs to get more data to differentiate your positive from negative state. There's artificial intelligence that's reading it, so it drives itself. So take your time. Once you guys are all fully calibrated, let me know. We'll move together.
Okay.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Calibrated?
Calibrated. Just says needs true and false.
Yep. So follow the prompts.
Okay.
Whatever it says, just follow. So true and false statements, as we know from lie detector technology, a false statement elicits a stress response from the body. So that's what it's asking for. It wants to get more data from you.
Mine wants more facial expression.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so keep following the prompts. Everyone's experience will be different based on the data that you put into the system. There you go. Nice, that's a genuine smile. You're definitely good at smiling.
Great job. You are now fully calibrated.
Calibrated, great, perfect. So we'll hang out for 1 second until everyone else is online. You good, Catherine? Awesome. Good?
Yes, there's a little happy.
Okay, good, okay. So, these circles are going to be replaced with animations so that your feelings can actually affect the animation. I'll show you guys the animation again if you want to see it. It's actually really cool. But this is the way we've been training our machine learning algorithms. So now you can see how Sensie can measure for happiness. So everyone's screen should say evoke happiness and go for it. And then there's a little smiley face. So smile, feel happiness, and when you're ready, tap the smiley face, and then triple whip, and see what happens. Let's see. How many are accurate? How many weren't?
You got it.
You got it.
Sense
You
of
got it.
happiness.
Okay, so now, yeah, awesome. This is like out of all the protocols we've run, this one is the emotions has been the strongest in terms of accuracy. So now, just to show that I'm not playing games here, go the other way. So play with it. So you can tap OK, and then tap practice happiness again. And now this time, feel sad. Feel sad, and try and get it wrong. So feel sad. Connect to the same feeling you had during calibration, and then triple whip. Making sure you're connected to that same feeling.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Captured it.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, right? I know. I'm so excited about this because I think that we can help teach people about their feelings with this technology. There we
You
go.
got it. No, it detected happiness.
Well, it's okay, and that's okay. Well,
Please,
that's
about
okay.
being
So
so
you're
happy.
like genuinely a very happy person. So
Yeah.
you try to reconnect with the negative side. It's okay.
Okay.
We're just going there temporarily.
Think about that
Go
out.
into the
If you're-
darkness.
This is really important.
Right.
If you're so, the reason why we called it Sensie is that our first thought was like it's like a selfie, but a higher degree of resolution. Because in a selfie, you can feel like crap and smile and take a picture and look really good, and underneath you feel like crap. With Sensie, if you're smiling and you feel like crap, Sensie will pick up on the crap. So it's got a higher degree of resolution, and the point there is to help people really connect with their feelings. So you really felt happiness
Yeah.
underneath it, potentially.
Right.
You did?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably
so-
didn't really go into the darkness.
Yeah, you gotta go there. So you gotta go there and elicit it. It's okay, it's just temporary.
Okay.
Captured there.
All right.
It's okay. Yeah, yes. If you're smiling, going for negative, it's not gonna work.
Think about that album.
Yeah. So try frowning.
Exactly.
Connect to the frown. Use the facial expression. Yeah. And then use the frown to elicit the negative state. When you're ready, you can triple whip. Really feeling your shoulders being
So
soft.
practice happiness?
Yeah, go back in there just so we're getting it wrong to show that happiness isn't like a, we're not playing games.
Shorten your breath. You have to tap the happy face.
Evoke, oh, sorry, okay. All that work and I didn't.
Christine, you suck at this. You're wrong. You're
Happy
terrible.
man.
That's right.
Really
Going
feel
into
that.
darkness.
Really feel that.
So,
Okay.
we'll wait.
Stop making me laugh, guys.
You got it. Sensie, detected
Why are you so happy?
happiness.
She needs the, you know, at the beginning of class when she shares some stuff, that's when she needs
I
to
need
hit
to
the
go
send.
into that.
Alright, well, so this protocol, so this, what you guys are seeing, this is going to be our onboarding flow, and we're replacing it with an animation, which I can show. It's a really fun animation. It's this little blob, and your emotions are going to affect the blob's emotions. So as you triple whip happy, the blob will become happy. And as you chip away up and you're negative, the blob will become negative. So that we can start to show people that their emotions are their own, and that they are the creators of their own emotions. Depression and anxiety are major issues in our country right now. 350 million people are affected by depression. It's the #1 leading cause of disability in the world. And I think it's largely, I mean, there's lots of things that affect it, but I think one of the things that someone who suffered from depression is a misinterpretation of our feelings. And I'm hoping that this is going to be one of the ways to help with that. The other thing that is really powerful, so this was the simple one to start. When we go back here, you can come back to that little profile icon where we started with the activation code in, and tap on stress reduction. And then when you come back and tap on Sensie, it's going to load a new protocol. Stress reduction is Dr. Ann's, Bill, you might actually be really interested in this. It's Dr. Ann out of Oxford's protocol to detect for unconscious beliefs. So Dr. Ann did her PhD at Oxford on unconscious beliefs. And she uses muscle testing to uncover the root of stress, which typically lies in the unconscious. So the way she does that is we detect for stress. I'll just do an example, and then there's a meditation that we do together. So it says, I skip prep me because it's a video of me explaining, and I come right to reduce stress, start a session. I tap on this, and what it says is, if I'm already calibrated, it says take a minute and allow a thought or situation to come to mind that's stressful. So something that's recurring in your life. So I will think about taxes. Because that is something that's always recurring. And I think of, yes it is. And I think about taxes, and then once the feeling of it's present, I tap go, and I chip a whip. Stress can be detected. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm sorry. And I think stress is present, and I take a Sensie. So that's, I missed that prompt at the end, sorry. So stress is present. So the reason why it says stress is present is that we're using the lie detection technology to detect if stress is present or not, regardless of what you think, based on what you feel. Yeah.
The circle for reduce stress start a session is gray. It doesn't work.
You gotta click into the video.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Okay.
So you have to start the first one, so they're linked.
Gotcha.
So what it's doing is if it's your first time using it, thank you. If it's your first time using it, it's forcing you through the path so that you can learn the gesture and calibration, and that press me circle explains everything, which we just went over. Sorry, it's designed for people who are picking it up off the internet, so you might not have heard me talk. So it says stress is present. So the way that just worked was I thought about the current situation that's stressing me. I declared, or in my mind, thinking stress is present. And then it's looking to see if stress is present or not. And if stress is present, it means false, meaning that there is no stress. But if stress is present, then it's true, and stress is detected. So using the signal of the body. So stress is present. Let's explore what emotion is the source or the root cause of the stress. I say go. And the first prompt says, let's check for fear. Mentally state it's a fear and take a Sensie. So one thing to touch on about the emotional brain, there's some really interesting neuroscientists doing work with the emotional brain, Joe Ledoux out of NYU. What they've discovered with the emotional brain is it's nonlinear. It's not logical. So, fear might make sense because it's taxes, but it might be sadness, and it might be something linked from my childhood. So the reason why I bring this up is that as you're exploring this, it might not make sense what emotion it is. It just is with the emotional mind. And the idea with this is that as we go through this and we discover what the root is, by bringing that emotion present and allowing it to be fully present and experiencing it, we can exhaust that emotion. And then when it's exhausted and completed itself, we can pivot to a desired emotion that can support us and make us feel good in our well-being. So let's check for fear. Mentally state it's a fear and take a Sensie. So it's a fear. Cause of stress appears to be fear-based. Maybe it's more present than early in my childhood. Taxes are definitely fear-based. So it says, try this emotional clear and pivot technique from Heartspeak. Okay, so Dr. Ann's content is Heartspeak. I'm going to play this, and I'd suggest we all do it together if you're down.
Yeah.
Because regardless of what emotion is detected, it's actually good for us to all process these kinds of emotions. So I'm going to tap load the video. And it plays. I'm going to turn my sound on. You gotta make sure your sound's on for this.
For fear, let's use posture to bring the feelings of fear fully present. So we'll come forward into a ball.
Yeah, so come forward into a ball. So for fear, we're gonna do this together with you guys. So The reason why we're using posture is we don't want to use the thinking brain to access our emotions. We have two different hemispheres. The left side is our logical thinking brain, the right side is our emotional brain. We really do not, we want to turn the left side off for this and just allow the emotions to come present. So we'll go ahead, I'll play it, and we can all do it together. I'm going to restart it from the beginning.
For fear, let's use posture to bring the feelings of fear fully present.
Can you guys hear?
So we'll come forward into a ball. So coming forward into a ball, bring the hands near the head. Allowing your face, the facial expression to represent fear. Allowing the body to feel weak. Bringing the physical embodiment of fear fully present. And as a young version of yourself, feel fear. Feel it fully, relive it. Experience it fully, be brave. There's no need to know why you're in fear. That's not important now. The feeling of fear is what's important. Keep trying to evoke fear. Looking for it, bringing it up as big and as bold as possible. Allowing fear to be present, to be with you in this moment. Search every nook and cranny of your mind, every cell, tissue, organ of your body, until you can find no more of it. At first, the fear may come in waves. When it starts to subside, take a breath and start again. Keep trying to evoke it, bringing it up as big and bold as possible. And you simply cannot find any more fear. Look again. And only when you're sure it's gone, you can sit up with your eyes closed, but really take your time exploring fear. You can pause here if you'd like to stay with the feeling of fear. Otherwise, we'll sit up with our eyes closed, arms down on our side. Instead of fear, still as a young version of yourself, reach inside and find love. Choose love. It's always there inside. Reach in and find it. Enjoy it. There's no person, place, object, or activity associated with the feeling of love. It's just a feeling. Allow love to be fully present, feeling every cell, tissue, organ of your body. Enjoy love just for a moment, and when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, but take your time to fully express the feelings of love throughout your body. Enjoy that. When you're ready, you can open your eyes.
It's a nice experience, right? I get hot from that for some reason. Fear like generates heat for me. Like, so that would be specific to you guys. So if it won't, maybe it's not fear, maybe it's sadness, whatever it is, it's a way to bring forward whatever emotion that we've repressed, so that we can feel it, complete it. Just to touch on the emotion part, is anyone familiar with Dr. John Sarno at NYU? So Dr. Sarno is a really interesting guy. He created the Rusk Center at NYU, and his research identified the mind-body connection. What he did was he identified it through the peptide system, and John has written a bunch of books to help alleviate pain, the pain body, and specifically what he documented was most of our physical pain, back pain, carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, these things, are from psychosomatic disorders. He's calling out the DSM-4 and 5 and saying that they've created a pain epidemic by not addressing psychosomatic disorders. And what he's identified is that when we have these, we all have these repressed emotions inside of us, and when they're coming up into awareness, if they come into awareness, they can be healed. But the mind unconsciously will see some of these emotions as too threatening, and it will trigger the peptide system to deregulate oxygen in parts of the body where it creates pain. So as the emotion comes up, our awareness goes to the pain, and the emotion never gets seen, and it creates pain. And so what will happen is you'll live into tennis elbow or back pain and never actually see the emotion that needs to be seen to be healed. And typically the mind does it in a way that's convincing. So if you're on a computer, it's carpal tunnel. If you're playing tennis, it's the elbow. If you do stuff with your back, it's your back, you know? And so what John Sarno's talked about is that by bringing these emotions present, by allowing them to come into awareness, you can heal your body, you can heal your pain, and live in peace. And so it's really important that we begin to feel again and come into our emotions. And hopefully this is a tool that can help support some of that. So if you guys want to try a session with Dr. Ann's stuff, right now we can, or I can stand up. Yeah, good. Nodding. I'm like, yeah. So go for it. I don't know if you guys want to break out and go to different areas so you can hear your own meditation, or if you have earbuds, give it a try. And if you want to process something, the cool thing about this is when you think about the stressor, you don't have to say it out loud. You can just have it in mind. That's the nice thing about it too. This is a check-in for yourself. You don't have to tell somebody about what's going on. You just think about it. Enjoy. We'll break out for like 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give it like 6 minutes.
Cool.
Is that okay?
Yeah. That's sweet enough time. Awesome. Enjoy. Okay. Enjoy.
You wanna?
So Dr. Ann session. So you can. So so we may do a session. So we'll just start here. So what you want to do, if there's anything in your life that causes you stress, you don't have to tell me what it is. You just bring it present. Think about that thing. Allow the feelings of stress to be present. And then when you feel the stress of whatever that is, you can tap on go and then triple whip to see the stress is present. But you have to think this right here, just follow that stress is present. Take sense of it. And then what we're going to do is use it as I mentioned to get you can try a session. Yeah, you can try a session.
For fear, let's use posture to breathe.
to the experience of the feeling. What if it's a feeling that you've obviously had many times before, and then you're doing this again? Couldn't that cause more stress? You know, like, so once you know that it's present, and you know that it's fear that's present, what's the next step? Are you actually releasing stress by giving yourself the opportunity to feel it again?
So it can complete itself. So,
Yeah.
so the question is that if it's a feeling that you felt many times, and now I'm listening again, can that cause more stress?
Yeah,
And then I think the sub question was, or is it a way to complete it?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So to break it apart, what the idea is behind Dr. Ann's work at HeartSpeak is to get to the root cause. So if your stressor is fear, my suggestion would be make it about the topic. So whatever it is that we're afraid of, if you feel fear, not regardless of sense, if you feel fear, what is the topic
Yeah.
that's causing fear? And because the idea is to, let's say for me, it's taxes. So the idea is to get to the root emotion that's connected to that I haven't felt to allow it to complete itself. And I'll give a really specific example of one for me actually that actually changed my life with Dr. Ann's stuff. It's money. So I've had lots of money, I've had little money, and I've always had a ton of stress. And what's in the app is a light version of Dr. Ann's content. When you do it with her in person, she targets the specific age at which the event occurred. So what I did with her, we identified that it was age 7, and it was sadness. And when she identified that, what came up immediately, I was thinking money, but what came up when she identified 7 and sadness, it doesn't always happen, but it just like came up with my heart, was when I was younger, I was kind of short and fat, and my parents would never buy me the snacks that my friends had. And somehow my emotional brain had linked that incident to money, because I guess money is sustenance.
Yeah.
And I did this session where we brought up sadness as a 7-year-old version of myself, and I kept on invoking the sadness. And I kept invoking it, and it completed, I cried, and I completed it. And then I pivoted to peace. And I allowed peace to come over me, and I'm totally at peace now with money. And I mean, I tell you, that I was 33 with that, when I did that, no, 34 with Dr. N. And, you know, I spent 30 years of my life trying to figure out how to resolve that, and I tried a lot of things, and nothing worked as well as this did.
Yeah.
So it's, to answer your question, so it's a roundabout way to answer your question, it's tying the experience with this unconscious emotion that's been repressed to the current stressor, completing the experience, and then reconnecting the experience to a new one. So there's neuroscience behind this.
Yeah.
The neuroscience shows, has anyone heard of memory reconsolidation? So you guys ever play telephone?
Yeah.
You sit in a circle, and I'll say something to Mariana, and then she'll say it to him. By the time it gets back to me, it's completely different. That's how memory works, actually. So the way memory works is an event happens, you restore the information, it reconsolidates, and then it gets stored. Now, anytime I recall that event, that memory, I bring it present. That same reconsolidation process happens, and then it gets stored. This is why our memory changes over time, because we're constantly reshaping the memory. So what we're doing in HeartSpeak is we're bringing the event, whatever it is, present, so that memory flexibility is there.
Yeah.
And then we're choosing to reshape that memory in a desired emotion with the emotional brain. That's why her stuff is so powerful. You can literally alter your own emotions and create new ones that can benefit you. Does that answer it? Yeah.
That's so interesting because I worked with an older man, and I thought it had to do with his memory, but right after an event, he would tell me how fun it was, and then every time he told me about it over the next couple of days, it got worse and worse to the point where that was terrible, I wish I didn't go. And I was like, wow, like he's totally recreated the memory in a negative way.
Yeah. Okay, so how many here have seen like their grandparents or the granddad or even your own dad who like tell a story and then your mom is like, that's not how it happened. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's the way it works, you know. And so actually, I have a diagram that shows. Let me see if I can find it. That shows memory consolidation.
Don't they say that when you're actually having a memory, you're not really having the memory? It's the memory of the last time you had the memory.
It's your perception, right?
Yeah, your perception. Of
Yeah. Well, and that's the basis of this, is that your stress is being produced by your perception. And so what Sensie's trying to show you is like, let's bring forward whatever it is that's stressing you, complete it, and now let's create a new perception of that event, one that can benefit you, so regardless of circumstance, you can be at peace. Our vision was to create a tool that can create the conditions that help end suffering. Suffering is at all-time highs. It's up to the individual to stop their own suffering. I mean, you get tools into their hands to help support them, you know. I'm trying to find this diagram, sorry. Oh, I texted this somebody recently. But yeah, memory reconsolidation. Joe Ledoux is the name of the neuroscientist if you want to check him out.
Joe what?
Ledoux. Just put in NYU Joe neuroscience. Neuroscience will come up. I think it's Ledoux, I think.
So would movement do a lot of the same thing as well? Like just yoga, for example?
Sure.
Would releasing through stretching, yoga, any kind of movement type of stuff, would that also unlock some of the emotions that get stored in the muscles?
Totally.
Yeah.
It's common. Have you guys, I mean, I've had an experience myself where like I'm in a pose and all of a sudden I'll cry and it's like, whoa.
Mhm.
And that's totally common. It's a somatic release.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's an interesting neuroscientist out of, oh god, I forgot what university, in California, I think Stanford, but he's doing, he thinks that memory is stored in microtubules. Microtubules are in like every cell in the body and the brain.
Mhm.
So if his research turns out to be right, then that's what's happening, right? When you're in a pose and all of a sudden you feel an overwhelming emotion and there's no reason, you're breaking it apart. I don't know. I'm just relaying other people's work. Here it is. Let me see if I can see it. It's in an email. Hopefully it's hard to see. So I'll go around.
So you can, so this is definitely emotionally based, but you can definitely, use this the old like, is this milkshake good for me? Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah.
The actual, yeah.
When you ask questions to the body, I think you're asking that, because when you ask questions to the body, you don't say, is this good for me? The body doesn't know. You have to declare, and then the body, based on being true or not, the body goes weak if it's not, strong if it is.
Okay.
So you say this is
Like
good
an
for
affirmation.
So you say, this is good for me, and then you come with a curious mind. It's not like I know this is, you're just saying, this is good for me, and then you're observing the body to see if it was strong or weak. I'm just going to show this, and I'll show some examples you can do without my technology, so you can use your own body. So this is memory consolidation, so learning happens. The new memory is formed. It gets consolidated, you retrieve it. The stored memory comes present, you modify it, it reconsolidates and gets stored again. And that's a process that just keeps, it's an infinite loop process on memories. So it's the new memory, the learning, gets consolidated and is stored, it gets retrieved, it gets modified with any way you want to modify it, and then it's like what she was saying, the guy modifying in a way he doesn't like it, reshaping it. It's a little blurred because it's in an email, sorry, but so memory consolidation. And the reason why we're using emotions and heart speak is that it's more powerful than your thinking. Emotions move you. That's a ton of that was a really good example, by the way. Yeah, thank you. If you don't want to use Sensie and you want to ask questions like that, there's a technique you can use with your hands. So your fingers. So this is a technique of manual muscle testing. It's the rings. So you take your two fingers and you put them together like this in rings. And you want to have them kind of together so they're taut. Yeah, so no, this is called cheating when you go like this, or she calls it a head start. You don't want to do head start, so you want to have your hands together and you tug. And now we do test questions to make sure that we're like online, we're not dehydrated, because if you're dehydrated, it'll throw off the signal. So we'll do a test question. I'll say, my name is Mike, my name is Kate. So typically a false one will come loose or a jiggle. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It might be more subtle, it might not come apart, it might be a slipping. But the slipping is the false typically. So you tug, right? So my name is Mike, my name is Kate. Water is good for my body, Coca-Cola is good for my body. You want something really cool? Who wants to try a demo? Yeah, come. So there's a sway test that's really cool. This is rad. So we'll both face out. So we're not doing anything here. The body is going to do its own thing. We're just observing. So maybe we close our eyes. We'll take a big inhale. Exhaling out. One more big inhale. Exhaling out, just letting go of the body. Bringing a curious mind present. Now we're gonna program the body. So you're gonna say out loud for a yes, move forward. So say out loud for a yes, move forward.
For a yes, move forward.
And we'll say out loud for a no, move backwards.
For a no, move backwards.
Now we'll just test it. So we'll say yes.
Yes.
We'll say yeah. We'll say no.
No.
yeah. It can be really powerful. So try the one I did before with the fingers. Try water is good for my body.
Water is good for my body.
Now let go of the fingers and try with the body. So close your eyes. Go internal. So water is good for my body.
Water is good for my body.
And Coca-Cola is good. Yeah, you got a powerful one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm just letting it go.
Cool. Yeah. So and sometimes it can be really powerful. Sometimes it can be subtle. It's different for everybody. So Coca-Cola is good for my body.
Coca-Cola is good for my body.
Yeah, that one will knock you out. yeah. It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That I find more effective than the rings, because I find myself trying to force the strength
Right.
in the fingers, and it's not accurate all the time.
Yeah, and then one of the other ones too is this. Have you tried this one?
So a little face.
That's one too. But then also this, where you do like a flick. Dr. Ann likes that one. That one's harder for me. It's harder for me. She uses that. Yeah, it's always so it's a flick, or you do the press. So you press down the middle finger with the index finger. So my name's Mike, my name's Kate, and see if you can feel a weakening or softening in the middle finger. That's how she does it. I can't get a signal that way.
That's the whole point of why you created Sensie, is because it's hard to judge.
It's hard to judge. Exactly.
Well, can we ask questions like that in using the app too?
At the moment, so it's funny. When we started, we had a general use. I can write a protocol and put it on there. At the moment, it's not there, but I mean, it'll take me a minute to do.
So are you working on one for Android or?
Not yet, but we will.
Okay.
We will. We're self-funded. We've been doing this for 2 years. When we first started, we looked at brain waves, looked at galvanic skin response, we looked at a bunch of different sensor data. And we got to the phone because we were like running out of money. We bought all these sensors and wasted a lot of money. We couldn't find a signal. And then we got the signal on the iPhone. We're like, oh my God. And we've just been improving it incrementally and better and better. And when we raise money, we'll move to another device. Really long answer to your question, sorry. Yeah. A couple other things. Just two other things to share really interesting. Muscle testing has a 90.5% correlation to food allergy testing.
95.
90.5. There's research out of Israel that shows a 90.5% correlation to an IgG and IgE and a RAS food allergy test. We did 2 studies, one as a pilot, one with a researcher. The pilot study went really well. Participated in it. We were really excited about that. Both of them. The second one did not go well. We learned some really good learnings, which was language. The language the researcher wanted to use, which we agreed to, was I generated an antibody immune response too, and then you say the food item. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it was like, and I was part of the test too. So we did like the blood test, and then we did. Everyone's sitting there saying it, and I'm saying it like, what am I saying? Like, I don't know what I'm like, oh my God, we have like 30 people in the study, and I'm like, we just blew it. And it was like, of all the studies we did, it was the only study that had no signal. All of our other studies had, like the lowest we had in one study was like a 62.
People were concentrating so much on what they were saying.
Oh, and they didn't even know what they were saying.
Yeah.
I generated, what does that mean? Like, and so that was a painful learning of like, okay, people need to know what they're saying, obviously. Yeah.
So do you do heart speak as well? Like, is that something that you?
I offer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really great if you want a session.
Yeah, you told me before you were doing it.
Yeah, that's right. I heard about that. Yeah, it's really powerful. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, any other questions?
Any questions? Yeah, anybody else? No questions?
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming out.
Okay, I do have a survey to give out to everybody.